It's not every day that Superman is in town, but tonight we're lucky enough to have the Man of Steel himself, Henry Cavill, here for the Australian premiere. Now, usually we're on the red carpet, but tonight we've rolled out the black carpet for Henry, Russell Crowe and Zack Snyder, along with the who's who of Australian celebrities. Sounds like a job for me. Last time I spoke to you ahead of the release of Thor, you told me a story about Chris Hemsworth elbowing you in the face.
Oh, yeah.
during filming. So were there any on-set injuries this time around?
Not this time.
Not this time.
Only self-inflicted, I have to say.
Even when Natalie Portman...
She did connect. I mean, there's a lot of technique there. You know, don't underestimate it. She's an athlete.
That was from New York.
I like her.
What can you tell us about Anchorman 2?
Anchorman 2 is basically Ron and the news team's exploration into 24-hour news in the year 1980.
We're going to be broadcasting from a hot tub full of scotch.
What are we going to see from Champ in the 80s?
Champ has become a bit of an entrepreneur in an awful way. And then Ron finds him, gets back in the news game.
Did you feel more pressure than normal filming this one, given that it's the 50th year of Bond?
Well, to tell you the truth, we didn't really think about it. It was only till at the end when we suddenly realized that it was the 50th year. So I'm just very proud of it and very glad that it's as good as it is, and hopefully it stands up somewhere, you know, amongst the rest of them.
How did the intensity and the preparation and the stunts compare to other jobs that you've done?
It was a bit more playground-like, you know. I just felt like I was with a bunch of guys in the backyard, and we're sort of like, you know, it's very hands-on and very, I don't know, gritty, down and dirty, and good fun, yeah.
4 years after the release of Star Trek, director J.J. Abrams is back in Sydney to premiere the film's sequel, Star Trek Into Darkness. Tonight, we're on the red carpet, along with the film's star-studded cast and crew, including Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto and Carl Urban, to find out about the latest adrenaline-filled action aboard the USS Enterprise.
Star Trek Into Darkness is bigger and bolder and badder and faster and louder than the first.
3, 2, 1.
You're probably most recognised for your comedy work. Are you really enjoying sinking your teeth into a more dramatic role?
Oh, yeah. It's actually as much fun as anything I've ever done, for me personally.
Is there a potential love interest for Brick in this one?
Yeah. I think Brick's gonna love more than Lamp in this one.
I like the parts of your face that are covered with skin.
And this time, you know, he's kind of grown up a bit. He's like a teenager, dealing with some of those teenager angst questions. Who is he? And his kung fu is a lot better this time.
The kind of classical mythology is the story of the flawed hero who is exiled and then he must return wiser and better.
Are you a bit of a sucker for the underdog, and do you think audiences will be watching this?
Completely. Down under, there's something, it's in our DNA. We root for the underdog.
There's a message embedded in this movie that I believe if you got embedded into the hearts of every 14-year-old kid on this planet, and that is that love is the most powerful thing that there is, and to never fear love.
We had the thoroughbreds of acting, all playing the thoroughbred of literature, and all in 3D with Jay-Z.
How are you feeling tonight? All this excitement in the air.
I'm just excited following, who's this boy band? I don't know. We've got to follow the direction.
When Thor came out,
Yeah.
you were relatively unknown internationally.
I was, yeah. Yeah.
And now you have this almost cult-like following. You've got people screaming your name at conventions and accosting Mark Ruffalo in cars, trying to give you presents.
It's amazing you know that story.
Yeah, I heard that like they got into his car.
They did.
Just trying to give you a gift.
Yeah,
So,
very sweet.
what's it been like to live through that over the past few years?
It's been interesting, yeah. As an actor, I love to work. I love to, you know, make up characters and tell stories. But it's all for nothing without an audience. So I just feel quite lucky that there's an audience out there.
Well, that's it from the burgundy carpet tonight. You can catch Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, in cinemas from December 19.